So as far as this main event goes, it was supposed to be Anthony Hernandez, and then when he was out, there was some talk about Paulo Costa. How close was that fight to being made, in your opinion?
It was close. If he'd said yes, then we would be fighting now.
Okay, so you believe that he turned down the fight?
He came back with like I wanted to be 3 rounds. I wanted to be a catchweight. And we said, okay, we'll move on. This is.
Yeah. Did that surprise you at all? That he was.
I'd imagine him to be chomping at the bit to fight me, but no.
Yeah. And was it just Paulo and Brendan as far as opponents, or was there anyone else that name that you heard of?
No, we kind of basically just went down the list from whoever was available and came off a win. And the first one to say yes was Brandon, so I was very happy that he did.
And then Brendan was in here already. I guess you guys trained very briefly, maybe once, a while ago. Like, you must have been pretty familiar with Brendan before taking this fight.
Yeah, he has a lot of experience. I've seen all of his fights, of course, and I know a lot about him, but I don't really know him as a person. We've never really trained together.
Yeah. Who did you get to work with as far as training partners for this fight?
A lot of good guys at Killcliff, like endless good guys there. Was able to work with Robbie a lot. Robbie Lawler was very interesting because of the tips he gave me as a fellow southpaw. It's very, very good stuff. I've been doing a lot of rolling at Wagner Hoshas, which was very cool as well. Got to train with him a lot, with his son. With Bushesha, did a lot of rounds with him. So was good, cool.
Were there any training partners at Killcliff that didn't want to work with you, maybe out of friendship to Brendan, or you didn't run into that issue?
Nah, not really. Everybody hates the guy, so I don't know.
Why do you think they don't like him?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, gotcha.
It was, of course, like a little bit of a joke. In the beginning, when I took the fight, I said he might be here in a couple days joining us. But I think everybody's professional. Everybody wanted to work with me. No issues. Only Henry stayed neutral and didn't want to come and coach this time, but the rest was all good.
The implications for this fight are pretty big. Do you think it's a positive sign that they haven't announced that Imavov's getting the shot and that they're going to wait to see what happens with this fight?
Yeah, Imavov's not getting the shot, so that's why they didn't announce it.
Fair enough. And then one other thing, kind of looking at the champ right now with Chimaev and how dominant he was. Not looking past Brendan, I'm the guy asking the question, but I'm sure you look at a fight with you and Chimaev. Just how do you feel like stylistically you match up against him? Yeah,
it'd be a very cool fight. I imagine very spectacular grappling exchanges, and his striking, we haven't seen it a lot in the UFC, but his striking is pretty cool too. He's decent boxing. He's been working with a boxing coach for a very long time, Olympic boxer, and the times we trained, I thought his boxing was very crisp as well. Be an amazing matchup. I think I have a lot to offer in that fight, in the grappling and in the striking, so hope we see it soon.
And just last one for me, were you surprised that Duplessis struggled so much with the takedowns, or does that speak more to just how great Chimaev is at his grappling?
Both, I think. Really surprised me. I didn't expect it to go this way at all, but if you look at Dricus' posture, he's always a bit bent, and that makes it a lot harder to get into a sprawl and defend well in takedown, so it makes sense there. But the most surprising thing for me was the amount of control that Khamzat had on the floor. It was crazy. I did not expect him to be that dominant at all.
Reinier right here.
Yeah.
It is mixed martial arts, but that having been said, you guys both have your black belts. Is this an area that you'd want to test Brendan in?
100%. I'm always going to see if I can choke again. Yeah.
Also, so you seemed very confident when you said Imavov is not getting the shot. Do you know something we don't, or are you just very confident you're going to do what you need to do on Saturday night to make sure you are undeniable for Khamzat's next opponent?
Both.
Okay. Just a couple more. You mentioned in an interview recently that DDP needs to improve his jiu-jitsu on the bottom. Is that something you feel that you're more equipped to deal with than him? Do you think your counter wrestling is better than him? Were you to face Khamzat, let's say sometime next year, if you win on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think so. Most importantly, Khamzat didn't get tired at all because he got the takedown, exploded for a couple seconds, got on top, and then was able to rest afterwards. So I think anybody who's going to beat Khamzat should be able to stop his takedowns at least for a while, so make him work harder to get a takedown, and then anybody who's going to beat Khamzat should have a very good guard, so that he's not able to rest the moment they get to the floor or the moment he gets chest to back control. The guy who's going to beat him needs to be able to work there and needs to make him tired.
And just last question. After your win against Bo Nickel early this year, you called out Sean Strickland. Obviously, Sean is suspended until the end of November. Do you still see that fight as on the horizon at some point?
Yeah, it'd be very cool. Yeah, he had some personal issues going on, I believe, which prevented the fight. But yeah, I definitely see that fight happening someday soon.
Thanks, Reinier.